Hey guys, I'm
Hello.
CJ with that hashtag show.
Hello.
How are you guys today? Your press tour?
We're
The best day of my
Ray,
life.
touring us around the world.
I love it.
Yeah.
We've been everywhere today.
Yeah.
Yay! Well, okay, I want to get in here. What did you guys think? And Josh, I want to start with you because I have beef with Mr. M right now. What did you guys think when you got the script for episode 1 of season 2 and saw just how drastic those twists became?
Yeah.
And what do you think about Mr. M possibly being a villain?
I think it's fun that everybody sees him that way. It's kind of a, it makes, it's always nice when everything's about you for a second. No, I mean, everyone just sees him in a very particular light, and it's nice hearing that and yet knowing more of the story, and being able to being able to kind of live in that mystery with some of the answers that everyone else is just wondering about. It was exciting to read the first episode and see how he reacted to this. To see how he reacted to being outed, essentially, by the rest of his students. That was an exciting moment to read that, and it was exciting to play it.
What about you guys? For Nick and Sarah, what did you think when you saw how episode 1's gonna kick off?
Well, I think we know ahead of time that it was starting the second. I think we did know that it was going to start the second season 1 ended. And I think we had talked to Nate and Megan, the creators of the show, like in the gap that we had that year or so of being like, what happens next? Like, give us hints. Like, please tell us anything. And I think we knew he has to run. So I think we knew that.
There's a chase happening.
We were like, there's gonna be, he's running away from her, and we somehow get out of that room. But like, that's all I had understood at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting because I feel like by the end of the first episode, and I've said this already today, but it's so many of the questions that you go into the second season with are answered. Mm-hmm. Like, we know what happened to Maddie now, and we kind of are starting to understand who Janet is. But then the questions just unfold.
Become new questions.
I mean, by twofold. So, it was more an excitement of, okay, well, where is this going? Especially the way episode 1 ends. I remember being really excited, being like, what does this mean?
Right. I mean, what's the significance of it? Like, okay, we have an answer, but what? We just said, we have more questions because of that answer.
So, Josh, with you saying that, I think it's episode 2 or 3 where you guys are all at the dance, and we see that you and Janet are dancing. Could you answer this for me? Is it more of like did it develop into kind of a romantic thing with Janet, or we don't know yet? Because like it's definitely like you have her best interests at heart. You both have the commonality of being into science and things like that. And then I thought you guys were going in a romantic direction, and then now I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think live in the mystery. I think that whether there's a romantic connection or not, there's an intimacy, and there's an earned intimacy, and you could look at that from just the reality of, oh gosh, they've been in the school for, at that point, I mean, what is that? 70 years or something like that together. And you have to also think about it, and I'm sure people have, the next person who came along was you.
It was
right? Yeah,
me.
it was Rhonda in the 60s. So, there was a good decade there where, as far as we know, the only 2 people at this school, or for a good portion of that decade, were these 2 people, Janet and Mr. Martin. And you have to understand that you can't help but have an intimate relationship. You're like the only 2 people on Earth. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I would point you in the direction of exactly defining what it is. I just know that there's a huge connection there, and I think that's what the audience needs to know and will know and wonder about. And the truth is, they're probably wondering about it themselves. They I think we live in life in the mystery, and that's what the show does really well. Is the relationships are so nuanced, as all relationships are in reality.
Well, with you saying that, for Nick and Sarah, Charlie and Rhonda, in my opinion, deserve happiness because it seems like they are helping people in their own way. Rhonda's really tough, but she still came to help Maddie any way she could. And do you guys, do your characters get an opportunity to like, feel love, so to speak?
I think that there are new characters that get introduced that start to become a part of our group, but both of our characters need to open up in a way to be able to receive and accept these new characters, whether it's friend or more. But yeah, I think hopefully all of the characters will eventually experience what it means to be loved, and even if that just means self-love is a big thing that's explored this season.
I love that. And so Rhonda and Claire, no, Charlie too, can read someone for filth and have the best one-liners. I've been calling people pussy toes.
Yes,
like,
that's it.
So much.
Yes.
Was that originally in the script, or was that just when you were like going off?
I don't think I got any improv in, because they really, they do an amazing job of being like, this is a girl from 1964. Here's slang, here's different things. So it didn't feel like lines that I had a lot of say in changing, right? Because I was like, is this real? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So there's pussy toes and there's cherry pop.
Yeah.
So those are the repeating ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good.
Is there a line
Not
that
my
any of your
genius.
characters have you love? Like, is there a line that Charlie has that you might in real life you could see yourself saying that?
Oh God.
Yeah, you made up the whole armpit thing.
Okay, but
Okay, can we have the story?
okay, so in season 1, there's some scene where there's something about
We're in support group.
we're in
and-
a support group like near the end of the season, maybe 6, 7, or 8, and they had me like just do a series of different lines that I came up with about not being a late bloomer is what it was. And the line that I just like came out with and that they chose was I used to cut my hair off my head and tape it to my armpit because I didn't grow armpit hair till like 10th grade or
That's
something.
a great line.
Yeah, and I'm sure that was made
I
up
don't-
and not based on
I don't think
anything
I would
that
say that
happened
in real life.
Really? Are you sure?
That's something you would brag about.
It just seems like, I don't know, it came from somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I'm almost out of time, so I have one more question. So Xavier gets an opportunity to feel what Purgatory is like for like 3 minutes. If you got to pick where you had to spend a little bit of time before you reach, the pearly gates, where would it be?
Just a little bit of time, right?
It's a little bit of time. 60 years.
Oh God. Like somewhere beautiful.
Central Park?
What?
Oh, because then you can
what's
see
Central
the
Park?
changing of New York City.
Yes.
Beautiful.
In the different seasons.
And everybody comes through
there's
Central Park.
music, there's Shakespeare in the park.
Yes, there's
I
so
think
much
like
going on. There's
Patagonia
arts.
or something.
Oh,
like something
really?
gorgeous.
But
It has to be a fine night. There has to be
no one said
a
that.
border.
No one said that.
Well, that's true.
What if I died hiking?
You're like all of Banff.
Is it just Alabama?
Banff, yeah.
Canada? Just Canada?
All
the border
of Canada. Yeah, how big of an area can we be stuck in?
I think Central Park
So
is a
New
really
York,
good
Canada, and
one.
Nick, New York.
I think I might also be Central Park.
Or like Prospect Park?
For 60 years?
Well,
Crazy.
If it has to
Crazy.
be a finite little area,
This
right?
is interesting though. We don't really.
Top of the rock.
Which rock?
That's so little. You want to be on the top of the rock for 60 years? It's like 2 by 2.
Rockefeller Center.
Oh.
Filled with tourists.
That's what they call Rockefeller
Top of the
Center,
rock.
The Rock?
Top of the rock.
Yeah, you can pay
Oh
like
yeah,
$100
like 30
to go
rock.
to the top.
30 rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're
Yeah,
talking
we
about
got
other
it.
things.
Listen, I love it. It gives me a lot to work with when I'm editing this. But thank you guys so much, and you guys
Thank
can check
you.
out
Thank you.
Full Spirits airing January 30th on Paramount Plus.
Yes,
it
thank you
is.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Thanks, CJ.
Have a good day.